Today, I'm going to go over an exercise with you that I think is very underrated, that has the potential to increase your strength, flexibility, mobility, and it's going to do something to you mentally that's going to make you better. It's going to be challenging, but it's relatively high reward for pretty minimal effort, and it's something you can do every day, and that is the horse stance. So you can get into the horse stance in a number of ways. Some people like to do the 5-step method where they go out with their heels, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like this. But it doesn't really matter, but choose something to start with that you do consistently so you can kind of work from there, and then you can change it up. As a result of doing the horse stance every day for a long period of time, I found that it increased my mobility in a number of different types of movements, and it made it so that I could go lower in the splits, and I am going to continue to do it. And that's one thing you can do, is you can go wider as you improve in doing the horse stance, and that will even increase your flexibility more. And I'm not doing the horse stance yet, but I'm going to go ahead and show you basically what it would look like from the side. Is about like this, and you can tuck your hips under a little bit if you need to and kind of pull your knees out. So hips tucked under, knees pulled out, and some people like to do it with their toes out. Some people like to do it with their feet forward. I try to break it up so that some days I'm doing it with my toes facing forward and some days I'm doing it with my toes facing out. If you can't get down far enough, which is basically about where your legs are parallel to the floor, something like this. So for example, that this PVC pipe wouldn't roll off of my knees forward. You can start at any level, here, and you can even go slightly deeper. I like to do something different than all of that, and I'll show you exactly. And this is how I do it most of the time myself. I go 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And sometimes, like I said, I'll point my toes out, but I'll start with my feet facing forward, come down, and then once I'm down, I have my legs pulled out like this. I have my hips slightly tucked, and it starts to get difficult right away, but you're going to relax your body as much as possible. You can use your arms out to keep your balance, and then you can kind of experiment with moving your arms around and just seeing how it feels to do different things. But it's going to take a lot of mental toughness to do it for a long time. So when you're starting, you just kind of relax into it, try and keep your upper body relaxed, and then you can experiment, like I said, moving around. And what I think is amazing is as you go longer and longer, you start to shake. And my theory is, and I haven't heard anybody else say this, is when you start to shake, that's also starting to work your fast twitch muscle fibers, which I believe translates good into doing things like flips and sprinting and things like that. And so when you start to shake, another thing I recommend, instead of just staying lower, is kind of gradually, as you're losing your ability to continue in the stance, try and come up slightly and then keep going that way. And as you go longer and longer, instead of letting yourself completely fall down, keep pushing up slightly, more and more, until it gets to the point where you don't want to do it anymore. And then you can finish slowly coming up all the way to standing again. And what I try to shoot for on a daily basis is try to reach 2 minutes. I've gone up to about 3 minutes the longest, and you can choose which days that you want to push yourself a little bit harder. But as you can see, just doing it for that little bit of time has already got me breathing hard, and it's going to make you feel a certain way that you'll only know from trying it. Some people will try to go as long as 5 minutes. If you're somebody who's just starting out, if you can make it a minute you're doing good, try shooting for 2 minutes. That'd be really good, and then you can work up from there. Just to emphasize again, I've been working on a lot of different mobility things, and I had some lower back issues, and doing a horse stance seems to improve my overall mobility, and it's helped with my back. So there you have it. That's an underrated exercise that has powerful implications for you if you're willing to incorporate it into your life on a daily basis. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and share this video, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching.